Okay, I am going to be talking about the performance Moskovsky Whore, and I'm going to say a few general statements about Moskovsky Whore because I really wanted to talk about this performance because I found it to be by far the most powerful performance for me personally. Okay, so a few reasons. First and foremost, maybe not a large part of it, but a part of it is that I am really sad to be leaving Russia so soon, and maybe some of the emotional high that I got from this performance can be associated with this, but I know not all of it can be. Another reason was the acting during the performance, because I really felt like the acting, it didn't seem like acting to me. It seemed like a portrayal of history, and from the very beginning of the play, I felt like the performance became serious, and I guess what I mean by that is that although there were definitely humorous parts, I felt that some of the humor, or most of the humor, was kind of sad humor. Like, it was funny, but I also felt like, oh, that's kind of unfortunate. Should I be laughing at that? And another reason that I felt the play was sort of serious was because of the elderly actress. I really enjoyed her entire performance, and I was just captivated by her the entire time she was on stage. And she was on stage for, I'm pretty sure, the entire performance. Even if she wasn't talking, even if she was just sitting on the stage, staring off into the distance, I was still like, And just by the way that she spoke, I feel like that the audience could tell that she meant what she was saying, and that I just felt like she really gave a serious tone to the performance of Moskovsky Whore. Going back to the sad humor, I really felt most of the sad humor was kind of put towards, I don't know how to say this, put towards the elderly woman's daughter. Well, I guess that doesn't clarify anything. The elderly woman's daughter who had the biggest part in the play. Because she had just a lot of unfortunate things happen to her, whether it was the divorce or trying to keep up the apartment being clean and feeding everyone, and I feel like the audience felt for her, but they could also laugh at her, which, I don't know, that's why I felt like it was the sad humor. That's why I say that. What else? Although there was some sad humor, there were humorous parts, such as the baby peeing on the one guy. I thought that was funny. I think everyone thought that was funny. Well, maybe not everyone, but and yeah, so that's the acting. So another reason I thought the play was powerful was because of the singing, and the singing for me, it was mainly the first song and the last song. The first song I really liked because when the conductor came out and they all started singing, they were all doing different things. They were either knitting or changing or doing something else, but they weren't paying attention. And the conductor was like, stop. What are you guys thinking about when you're singing? And I found that to be funny, but also, I don't know, a true portrayal of life. When you're doing something that's supposed to be serious, you're not always focused on what you're supposed to be doing. And he talked about the festival that they have coming up, and then throughout the play they got continually more serious when they sang. And I also thought the singing was powerful because I felt like it might have been a true portrayal of what those choirs that were organized during that time would have been like. Kind of not haphazard, but I mean, the singing wasn't top notch, but the point of the singing wasn't to have top-notch singing. And if the point of the singing was the lyrics, then I guess I missed out on that. But I really liked the singing. And so I guess speaking about the time period as well, the play I believe was set in the time period of right after the secret speech, when I was given the secret speech. And I found myself thinking about Professor Cuxhausen and her 20th century Russian history course a lot, because maybe it's the liberal arts in me, I don't know, but I really like it when aspects of life kind of connect, if I can say that. And I really felt like I could use some of the knowledge that I had gained in that course to kind of help me associate what exactly is going on in that time period, how the actors or actresses, like what else might be going on in their lives that would make them act this way. So that was that, and then what else do I want to talk about? The set. The set of the play was one of my favorite parts about the play. I had a lot of favorite parts about the play. The set was a communal apartment, and I think that was pretty obvious for everyone. And just the utilization of the set, I felt like was, the set was extremely was utilized well. I think every surface of the set was either sat on, ate on, stood on, spit on, just everything was used, and I felt like it showed what living in a communal apartment might be like. Just kind of crazy, everyone's all over the place, standing on chairs, everyone's sleeping in the same bed, and I don't know, I really liked the set, and I felt like it was one of the more utilized sets that we had seen throughout our numerous performances. The theater itself was one of the more uncomfortable theaters that I had been in. I kind of felt like I was on the metro at Chospeak, just crawling over people to get where I wanted to, or rubbing up against people whether I wanted to or not. But I only noticed that it was uncomfortable when we got there and we had to sit down, and when it was intermission, because that's when we had to get to our seats. But during the performance, I wasn't focused on my comfortableness. I was captivated by that, especially by that one woman, but by the entire performance, and I really enjoyed it. And I guess lastly, the applause at the end. It made me feel a lot better to hear the applause at the end, because I felt like every single actor on that stage, whether they had a big role or small role, really deserved all the applause that they got. And especially when I had a hard time holding back my tears when they put the elderly woman on the table. And it may be because I'm an emotional wreck and emotional in general, but she deserved to stand on. She deserved to stand on top of everything, if I can say that. But I really did enjoy her acting, and overall, I really enjoyed the performance. And I think I enjoyed it because it was so, I don't know if I can say it was so Russian, but it was like a portrayal of history. And the whole time I kept thinking, like, how could the Russians in the audience be feeling at that point in time when they were seeing, potentially what they had lived through in their life being portrayed on stage. And I can't wrap my head around it, and I probably never will be able to wrap my head around it, but I feel like the applause at the end, it made me feel more comfortable with the fact that everyone did appreciate the play, and I hope everyone did appreciate the play. And yeah, so that's what I think about Moskovsky horror. I really enjoyed it, and I think powerful is the key word here. So, bye.